A very good evening to you and welcome to ATN Global News for today. To begin, let's take a look at the headlines. Okocha emerges Rivers State APC Chairman. Nsima recovers 22 bodies in Niger boat mishap. Tinubu congratulates Yahaya on election victory. Federal government raises MSMES loans to 5 million naira at 9%. France returns ancient artifacts to Ethiopia. Skills blast artist who ignore local media Boniface faces sanction for reckless driving. And now the rest of our stories. Tony Okocha has been elected the chairman of the All Progressives Congress in Rivers State following a state congress and subsequent election held at the factional party state secretariat at the Port Harcourt-Aba Expressway. Okocha was elected unopposed at the Delegates Congress conducted on Saturday. The Congress was presided over by APC National Delegate and Chairman of the Congress Planning Committee, Adoye Omale. In his acceptance speech, Okocha vowed to reposition the APC in Rivers State, stating that the party would no longer be sidelined in elections as it works toward gaining control of governance in the state. He commended the Congress Planning Committee for overseeing a transparent process and acknowledged the Independent National Electoral Commission for monitoring the exercise.
It's the fact that they came on their own position. Nobody controlled anybody to come. Nobody compelled anybody to come here. They came to show their love for the All Progressives Congress. I'd like to reassure you. I'm sure you are seeing the indices and the variables already. Those days that APC could talk on us and contest election, they're over. APC will contest election and win election and be in charge of government in Rivers State.
Okocha also lauded the achievements of the President Bola Tinubu-led administration, citing the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited's recent announcement on the commencement of crude oil production at the Port Harcourt refinery. He noted that full operation of the nation's refineries will address significant challenges facing the country.
Let me again seize the opportunity to say to Nigerians that we are on course. APC is on course in Nigeria. I'm sure that you have noticed, or you have watched, or you have heard what has happened at the Port Harcourt refinery how many days ago. So these are things of the eyeball that we begin to see, we begin to read out. We have told you many times that Rome was not built in a day. That the day you plant a seed is not the day you get it. Now for less than 2 years, it was up and running. The president has also directed that Kaduna and Warri should be on the same speed. So when we are able to achieve this, I'm sure that the problems of Nigeria would have been halfway solved.
The elected state executives include Tony Okocha as chairman, Eric Nwibani as state secretary, Chibike Ikenga as publicity secretary, Karibi Dan Jumbo as welfare secretary, and Darling Amadi as women leader, among others. Prominent APC members who attended the Congress include South National Vice Chairman Chief Victor Giadom, Ezemoye Ezekiel Amadi, Chidi Wihioka Ephraim Wuzi, Magnus Abe, and Ojukaye Flag Amakri, among others. Coordinator of Edo State Security Corps, CP Friday Ibadan, has urged 11,089 personnel of the defunct Edo State Security Network, now ESSC, to make themselves available for profiling. Ibadan stated this in Benin, the state capital. On Saturday, where he said the governor Monday Okpebolo-led administration is striving towards a safer Edo state. He noted that the governor wants a safe state as there can be no development without security, adding that security and development work side by side. Ibadan urged personnel to make themselves available for reprofiling at the designated locations in the 3 senatorial districts of the state. He said all the personnel should be fully kitted, urging them to come with their identity cards, and those with arms should also come with them. He said the reason why they are trying to profile and re-evaluate their personnel is to know their strength, composition, and disposition, adding that they have appointed coordinators from the 3 senatorial districts in the state to profile the personnel who must be properly kitted in uniforms, ID cards, and their firearms to properly differentiate them. Organized labor in Cross River State says it is set for an industrial action over the non-implementation of the no minimum wage in the state. The chairman of Trade Union Congress in the state, Mr. Monday Ogbodum, said this on Saturday in Calabar. The Nigeria Labour Congress NLC had fixed Sunday midnight for the commencement of the strike if the state government failed to implement the new minimum wage of 70,000 naira. Ogbodum said except the Cross River government implements the new wage regime, there would be no going back on the industrial action. According to him, the negotiation with the state government was still in progress. However, he said that will not stop him from joining the strike if the need arises. Anambra State Police Command has foiled a kidnapping attempt by a gang suspected to be members of a secessionist group. In a statement on Saturday, the State Police Public Relations Officer, SP Tochukwu Ikenga, confirmed that one suspect was killed during a gang battle, while others fled with gunshot wounds. Ikenga said police operatives from the Operations Department of the command and attached to a VIP in the state on Friday along Agulu-Nobi Road demobilized one of the criminal elements in the state and recovered one pump action gun, 5 cartridges, 5 machetes, 2 SUV jeeps, and 2 pairs of desert shoes. The statement further noted that the operatives resisted the armed men operating in a grey-colored Lexus and an ash-colored Toyota Highlander, who attacked the convoy unprovoked. According to Ikenga, the swift response by the Joint Security Team, comprising police and AVG operatives, led by the Divisional Police Officer of Neni in Anaucha local government area, forced the assailants to abandon their vehicles and flee into a nearby bush with injuries. In another operation, the Joint Security Team, including police from the Dunu Kofia Division and vigilante members, responded to a distress call along Ukulu Road in Dunu Kofia local government area, rescuing abducted victims. The police have intensified operations in the area, with Ikenga assuring further development shall be communicated. Analyst has tasked the federal government to speed up the completion of major roads in the country. Speaking on Atlantic Television Network program ATN Saturday, Public Affairs Analyst Greatsman Badom emphasized that putting roads on penetrable condition because of the Jolotite season is not the best solution.
Job they are doing, you see the level of materials that are being used. You see that is the expertise of an engineer. So we'll start by commending the Minister of Works for the great job they are doing across the country. But as well, we will always, demand for more. And demanding for more is not out of place. It is our right. It's not a privilege for us. We have the right to demand for more because we, who are the people being governed by these persons up there, should understand that we have the right to ask for more. And they must also understand that asking for more is our right. So we are calling on them to say, look, we want speedy actions. You are saying that the section of the road is going to be put in a passable condition, that's going to be a temporal thing because of the festivities. But we are even saying that, look, you should ensure that that road receives immediate attention. I don't want a situation where you put the road in a passable condition for a few weeks and then that begins to probably become the end of the whole project. You know, once the road is quite passable, nobody talks about it, nobody goes on air to complain, no protest will go on, and nobody's going to hear about the condition of the road anymore. So at the end of the day, it becomes forgotten. We don't want the 1 week intervention.
Mr. Badom, for the side.
Because you are not doing us a favor. You owe us a responsibility. You owe us, it is our right to place demands on these things. These are basic amenities that should be put in place with the taxpayers' money, that should be put in place with the revenues generated from this country, from these various localities and all. So at the end of the day, making it look like we are supposed to be begging while you are doing us a favor is a big problem. We have the right to demand for what we know is basic necessity for the country to thrive. So, first of all, it's sad. It's sad for the construction company, whether you have the money or you do not have the money, based on what they just said. They said when funding comes, it means that they are alleging that funding has stalled the completion of the road. So, when funding comes, you continue construction. It therefore means that
Recall that the residents of Ikwano local government area in Abia State held a peaceful protest on Thursday, demanding the completion of the long-delayed reconstruction of the Umuahia-Ikorikbene Road, a critical route connecting Abia, Akwa Ibom, and Cross River states. Abia State Commandant of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, Akinsola Aderemi, has expressed the agency's commitment to collaborate with other security outfits to combat oil theft in the state's waterways. Aderemi stated this when he paid a courtesy visit to the Department of Nigerian Navy College of Accounts and Finance, Owerinta, where he went to strengthen collaborations and improve the existing working relationship between the two agencies. The NSCDC commandant stated that the partnership would foster peace and security across board. Responding to the commandant of Nigerian Navy College of Accounts and Finance, Navy Captain O.A. Eitayo welcomed the NSCDC boss and assured him of unwavering support. He noted that the Nigerian Navy and NSCDC have a smooth and cordial relationship that have spanned over years. Captain Eitayo expressed optimism that the fight against crude oil theft would be successfully won if the security agencies come together in one voice. He relayed that despite the fact that NSCDC remains the lead agency in protection of critical infrastructure, combating oil thefts has become a collective assignment because oil is the mainstay of Nigeria's economy. According to him, oil theft requires collaborative efforts, both in the waterways and on land, in order to forestall criminal activities. Property worth millions of naira was destroyed in a fire outbreak at a spare parts market in the Idumota area of Lagos State. In a statement on Saturday, the permanent secretary of the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, Olufemi Oke Osinyitolu, said the fire occurred on Friday night. Oke Osinyitolu said a preliminary investigation showed that multiple buildings used as shops for sales of car spare parts were razed. Oke Osinyitolu added that recorded at incident scene and no injuries were sustained due to the incident. He said dampening down has commenced to stamp out the remaining pockets of fire, noting that salvage of valuable properties in the recovered shops is ongoing. Oke Osinyitolu said efforts are ongoing to completely extinguish the fire and recovery operations are still ongoing. Ogun State government has embarked on the training of automotive craftsmen across the 3 senatorial districts of the state in new techniques and technology in automotive mechatronics. The training, which was in conjunction with the World Bank-funded Ogun State Economic Transformation Project, involved no fewer than 40 automotive craftsmen in its first phase. The measure, according to the Ogun State government, is to support and enhance the capacity of artisans in the automotive industry in the state. The training also includes conversion of vehicle engines from petrol to compressed natural gas. The CNG training component involves the design and installation of CNG fuel systems in compliance with all applicable safety codes and standards. Speaking at one of the practical sessions held at Abeokuta, the OGSTP Skills Sector Project Manager, Mr. Fatai Osunsayo, said that the training program, which started 3 months ago, is aimed at upskilling the selected artisans with modern techniques and knowledge in auto maintenance, as well as improve the relevance and access to the traditional apprentice training system. The project manager said that the training covered auto mechatronics, auto electrical, CNG conversion, digital literacy, adult literacy, and health and safety. Mr. Osunsaya further explained that the trainees were selected from all the mechanic clusters across the state to participate in the pilot's training program. Ekiti State's Governor, Mr. Biodun Oyebanji, has expressed concern over the messages politicians sent to him expressing worries over his re-election in 2026. Oyebanji, who stressed that he would not lose sleep over the election, said that he was not worried over agitations ahead of the 2026 governorship election in the state, and advised politicians to stop sending him such text messages, as he was committed to good governance and fulfilling his electoral promises. Oyebanji spoke in Ado-Ekiti on Friday night at the monthly evening of praise and worship at the Jibowu Hall, Government House ground. He expressed confidence in God's ability to work out things in his favor, maintaining that God, who did it for him in 2022, will do it again in 2026. Oyebanji, who attributed the significant progress that his administration recorded across critical sectors in the state to divine intervention despite the economic realities, said his focus remains on delivering good governance and fulfilling the promises he made to Ekiti people. Kogi State Governor Usman Ododo has called for interagency collaboration to prevent waterways accidents. The governor, in a statement by Special Advisor on Media on Saturday, Ismail Isa, made this known while sympathizing with victims of the recent boat accident that claimed the lives of some passengers who are indigenes of Kogi State. Ododo, who expressed sadness over the accident, said he was concerned that most of the victims were women, perpetrators, and artisans who are involved in legitimate business activities to earn a living and contribute to the economy of the state. He expressed concern about the dangers on the waterway linking Kogi with Niger State. He called on relevant authorities to ensure that safety measures are put in place to minimize risks associated with waterway transportation in the country. Ododo commiserated with the families of those who lost their lives and assured them that the government would support those injured in their recuperation. ATN reports that the National Inland Waterways Authority had on Friday confirmed that some traders who were on their way to the Kasha weekly markets in Niger State were killed, while others sustained injuries when the boat conveying them from Kogi State capsized along the Dambo-Ebuchi sections of the River Niger. Niger State Emergency Management Agency has disclosed that 22 bodies have been recovered after the boat mishap that occurred between Baro and Akwano communities of Agaye local government area of Niger State. It stated that a total of 8 persons have been rescued alive. The agency, in a statement signed by its Director General Abdullahi Baba, Ira Idmina, said the incident occurred on Thursday night, 28 November 2024, at about 2 a.m. He stated that the boat was sailing from Ebe community of Kogi State with a population of almost 50 passengers heading to Kacha Market. When the accident occurred, according to him, Nsema is currently directing and monitoring search and rescue operations in collaboration with AG local government, emergency committee, brave local divers, and other community volunteers in the area. He added that a search and rescue operation was still ongoing to locate more survivors. Following the high price of kerosene and gas commonly used for domestic cooking by the people, Kwara State Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazak has unveiled Edu Ramoni, an alternative source of energy for domestic food preparation, especially in cities and rural communities in the country. Recall that the outlet price of cooking gas is 1,350 naira per kilogram, while kerosene also costs between 1,350 naira and 1,500 naira per liter in petrol stations across the country. Abdulrazak at a state function and unveiling of planting of 160,000 trees for land reclamation across the 16 local governments in the state, and unveiling of Edu Ramoni in Ijagbo, Onyu local government area of Kwara State, said that the charcoal made from organic materials include maize, rice, and banana husks would empower the people and save cost in the domestic cooking and food preparation. The program was organized by the Kwara State government in collaboration with the Universal Climate Initiative and the federal government's agro-climatic resilience in semi-arid landscapes. Edu Ramoni, an initiative of the Universal Climate Initiative, would boost the preservation of forest trees, hitherto used for the preparation of charcoal, mainly used for domestic cooking in cities and rural areas, and reduce the risks of smoke associated with charcoal made from trees. He listed the benefits of Edu Ramoni as environmental sustainability, since it is produced entirely from organic waste, reducing need for deforestation, offering a viable substitute for charcoal, and helping to protect forests by ensuring that trees are preserved for industrial use rather than for burning. Governor Babagana Umar Zulum of Borno State has rejected consumption as the basis of sharing value-added tax have forced stiff opposition, especially from the north, with stakeholders calling for its withdrawal. Northern Governors, Traditional Rulers, and Northern Elders Forum have rejected the proposed bills, saying they were not in the interest of the nation. However, despite protests and rejections of the pieces of the legislation, the Senate passed the bills for second reading on Thursday despite rowdiness at plenary. Speaking on the development in an interview, the governor expressed displeasure over how the bills enjoyed speedy and smooth passage to the current phase when other bills had spent several years to scale through. He said the tax reform bill would drag the North backward, and not only the North, Southeast, Southwest, and some states in the Southwest, such as Oyo, Osun, Ekiti, Ondo, will have problems with these bills. The governor, however, clarified that his objection of the bills was not a pointer of any opposition against the government, maintaining that it was only a call to reverse the decision. Local herbalist known for his unconventional methods in the Federal Capital Territory, Ismail Usman, has shot himself in an attempt to test the effectiveness of a self-made bulletproof charm. The spokesperson for the FCT Police Command, Josephine Ade, confirmed the unfortunate incident on Saturday. She said that the incident occurred at Kuchibui village on November 23rd, when the herbalist opened fire on himself with shotgun to test his bulletproof charms. The police image maker said upon receipt of a distress call from one Shandam Michael, officers from the Basin Division responded swiftly only to find Usman in critical condition. She said the herbalist was quickly transported to Kubwa General Hospital for emergency treatment and later transferred to Gwagwalada Specialist Hospital for further care. Josephine said in the aftermath, police conducted a thorough search of Usman's home, recovering the homemade gun and an array of charms used in his reckless experiment. She further noted that investigations were ongoing, stating that Usman is expected to face charges for unlawful possession of firearms and attempted suicide under Section 231 of the Penal Code Law of Northern Nigeria. The police public relations officer for the FCT command stressed the importance of community vigilance, noting that it's crucial for residents to look out for one another and report any suspicious activities. Katsina State government has approved a new minimum wage of 70,000 naira for civil servants. Governor of the state, Diko Rada, announced the developments during a press briefing. The adjustment comes into effect from December 1st, 2024. The movement came months after President Bola Tinubu approved 70,000 naira as the new minimum wage for workers. These followed several negotiations by labor unions, the private sector, and the government over a new minimum wage. You're watching. President Bola Tinubu has congratulated Al-Hassan Yahaya on his election as the president of the Nigerian Union of Journalists at the 8th Triennial National Delegates Conference held in November 27, 2024 in Owerri, Imo State. In a statement issued on Saturday by his Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, Tinubu described Yahaya's victory as a resounding endorsement of his leadership capabilities by NUJ members nationwide. The president expressed confidence in Yahaya's ability to lead the fourth estate of the realm, citing his prior experience as the union's deputy president as a valuable asset. Tinubu urged the new NUJ leadership to prioritize the ethical standards of journalism while fostering a collaborative relationship with the government to promote justice and equity in society. The president also extended his congratulations to other newly elected members of the NUJ executive and commended the union for conducting a peaceful and orderly election, highlighting the vital role of the media in national development. Tinubu called on journalists to carry out their constitutional duties with renewed patriotism in line with the vision of Nigeria's founding media pioneers. Meanwhile, Tinubu also urged the new leadership to confront unethical practices within the media industry, stressing that a free and independent press is essential to deepening democracy and fostering national development. 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, says Nigeria will do well with leaders who respect popular views about making the country a better place. Obi made the remark in Yola on Saturday as the keynote speaker at the 16th Annual Founders Day and 20th anniversary of the American University of Nigeria, Yola. He said Nigeria could not hope to develop without leaders who work with the people for national development. Delivering the Founders Day special remark during the ceremony, the 2023 presidential candidate has no apology for developing the university based on the American system, as his wish is for Nigerians and other interested people to be able to receive the sort of education in America without having to go to America. Christian Association of Nigeria has urged the House Committee on Aviation and Legislative Compliance to ensure a transparent and impartial investigation into the granting of an airstrip license to the Living Faith Church headquarters, popularly known as Canaan Land, in Ota, Ogun State. Recall that in October, the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, had announced the granting of the license to the Living Faith Church for the construction of an airstrip. Keyamo said the airstrip would be managed by the federal government through the Nigerian Airspace Management Agency, following concerns among members of the House of Representatives who advocated for the revocation of airstrip licenses issued to certain individuals and private organizations, citing security reasons. In a statement on Saturday, the CAN President, Archbishop Daniel Oko, acknowledged the lawmakers' concerns regarding security and misuse of the airstrips, noting that the church adhered to all legal requirements in securing the license. He urged the lawmakers to refrain from associating and that CAN is ready to support efforts to strengthen national security and uphold rights and freedom of religious institutions. We'll go on a short break. When we come back, we'll take more on the stories. Stay with us.
It's the Glow Festival of Joy, and it's raining exciting prizes. Oh, for 120 days, we take it to the max. Mind-blowing, loaded prizes. Take John winning a tear rubber Toyota Prado by recharging up to 100,000 naira. And Sister T winning a Cha-Cha Kia Picanto by recharging up to 50,000 naira. From the sky coming to you,
yes, the gifts are unloading joy all over Nigeria.
From Toyota Prados to Kia Picantos, Keke Napes, generators, sewing machines, and even grinding machines. Just dial *611#, choose your prizes, recharge the value for the month, and you too can win.
Whoa, you too can win, oh!
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring all sport.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us, and that's the global news for tonight. Before we go, another look at the major stories. We told you that Okocha emerges River State APC chairman. Nsema recovers 22 bodies in Niger boat mishap. We also told you that Tinubu congratulates Yahaya on election victory. Federal government raising